Okay, Coach, EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to the Pacific Northwest, the home of the 12s, as it's called, CenturyLink Field in Seattle. Straight ahead, it's Wildcard weekend, and we've got a great one in store between the Carolina Panthers and the Seattle Seahawks. What twists and turns will January have in store for us? The NFL playoffs are officially underway. This will be taken very short. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40.
At their own 39-yard line.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Check 24, check 24. Good job right there. Joker. Check 31, check 31. Tight dog.
36 power.
Check 3.
Now the Auburn product, Corey Grant. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up 2nd down.
Check 4.
Hey, zero.
At the 45-yard line.
Go, 4 down.
25 to Mike. We're going 25 to Mike.
Go.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Wilson flushed out right, and now he's going to use his legs. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 43.
You know, I don't think this is the last time we'll see that in this game. This guy has mobility, and they want to use his legs in the game plan. So there will be designed runs as well as his scrambles.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Grant, and he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard, inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Fair.
SOS.
They'll run with Marshawn Lynch. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
2nd and 4. At the 17-yard line.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Man out. Check 3. Slam.
They will run with Grant. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Mark that as a gain of 16 to set him up 1st and goal. Relatively small sample size, but that's his longest run of the 1st quarter. Bounced it out to the outside to make it successful.
And to get there, you actually need some help. It's not just your pure speed getting to the corner, making sure that the blocking is taken care of inside so the pursuit doesn't get you. And oftentimes, those wide receivers, tight ends that might be flexed out, they've got to control the edge and make sure no one from the outside can spill the play before he gets there.
No gain on the play, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal.
Watch the pass. Big Ed. Check 52. Watch safety creeping.
They'll try to run this one in. And the avenue collapsed for him as he's going to be held up short of the goal line. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. This Carolina defense looking to keep him out of the end zone once more. 3rd and goal.
Check.
Oh, they go with a tight end carry. What a stand so far defensively, and now that's going to bring up a 4th and goal. Defense didn't budge on third down. Now what are we going to see on fourth?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. And I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
Every possession in the postseason magnified, and look, it's just the opening drive. They didn't get the touchdown they wanted, but at least they got on the board.
They got on the board. They've got their home crowd into it as well. And remember, in the playoffs, the game slows down a little bit, so every point is precious.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one fielded at the 5. And an alley to run. He's got the lane, and there he goes. The 20. And a terrific return as they finally do stop him, but not before he's inside the 15.
And that's the type of return that puts a tremendous amount of pressure on the defense now. They've got to go out on the field almost like it's a sudden change, almost like it's a turnover. They've got to go out there and try and stop him. But, boy, what a tough spot they're in.
Come on, let's go. He's crashing.
They will run for the first time with Miles Sanders. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
Watch tight end, watch tight end.
On second down, it's Sanders, and he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out, and the Panthers have taken the lead. And this is no good. He missed it. Not a good start here in the kicking department, as this remains a 6-3 score. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They've been a come-from-behind team all year. They'll need to do it again as they trail early in this wildcard game. Here's Grant, and he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 27, Wilson going for Metcalf on the deep ball. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. DK Metcalf, 73 yards. And the Seahawks are going to retake the lead. A good hold of these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
49 to Mike.
On first down, Newton. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Hey, pick your game up. Check. Lucky.
This is Grant. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Slam, slam, slam. Bang, 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 bang. Alert. Switch it.
On third down, Grant. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches.
Check.
On first down, it's Grant. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Gerald McCoy is so slippery and elusive in the interior of the defense. I don't care who has the assignment to block him. It usually ends up having to take at least 2. And
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. Now, this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
You ain't going nowhere.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
That was a particularly nice play because not only was it his job to force the play inside, he was actually able to fold inside himself and make the tackle ultimately. Very nicely done.
And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. Brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12.
Well, partner, if we had their entire playbook in front of us, I'm not sure we would have picked out that play as the one to run in that situation. How about the guts of the offensive coordinator? Dialing that one up into great success.
Kill.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Sanders. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they've bottled him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. On 2nd down, it's Snell. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
On 1st down, Sanders. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
Now whistles. Flag down, and I believe one of the Panthers got moving early. And that false start penalty is certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long.
Just like that.
They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down.
54, come on, 54. Check, watch 54, watch 54. I'm trying to collect. Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4. Hey, they're scared. Shoot. 8.
From the gun, here's Newton. Steps away to his left. Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. And the Seahawks have recovered. And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze it too hard, and it'll pop out on its own. I've actually had running backs talk to me about that when they've tried too hard, even in perfect conditions, the ball gets away from them. They've got to find a good balance, carrying it firmly, yet at the same time under control.
James Bradbury there to make the tackle.
He's checked for 14. Double count.
On 2nd and 9, Wilson being chased out left. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. The rushing numbers for Wilson maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Cut, 215. 25 to Mike. You must be dreaming. Share. Pick that.
They'll run on first down. Grant. It was Eric Reed in on the stop.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. A reminder coming up at the half, as we've done all year. We'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown on what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin on the road to Super Bowl 53 in Atlanta. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
Cut, 380. We go 25 to Mike. No chance. Rush, you guys, listen. Rush in. Watch the ship. 18. Watch the ship. Check 50.
On first down, it's Grant. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
It's our time, guys. It's our time. Switch. Check the backer.
On 2nd down now, it's Grant. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Check 26. Check 13.
They'll try the left side. Grant. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
From the 31, Wilson buying time to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Wilson and the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here.
Zebra. Hey, 24 left.
From the shotgun, Wilson flush to his right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. White now to return. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC Wildcard matchup as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. One of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC Wildcard bout. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on third down. To throw is Newton. And a throw there going to be incomplete. It appears they're going to come up empty on this first drive of the second half, still down by that slim margin.
Yeah, and that's okay. You know, when you sit and analyze it, they're not happy about what happened, having to go to the bench. But this gives them a chance to let their defense do some work while they on the sidelines go over what they're doing offensively and formulate a proper plan.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense. And let them.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Corey Grant. 59 yards. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Let's go for it. Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Now a first down throw for Newton. He'll let it go deep into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
I tell you, you don't have press conferences when you sign guys like this. But he's been a real difference maker so far. That's now 2 interceptions for him in the game. And when you're getting contributions up and down your 53-man roster, you're going to be all right.
Under 10, under 10, 10. Check 3, check 3, check 3.
They'll run on first down. It's Grant. A big seam, and he might go all the way. The 30, 10, 5, and he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Corey Grant 97 yards. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Another run here with Sanders. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Newton to throw. He's going to look deep for more, and that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Throwing again. Newton. He'll let this thing go for Sanders. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Newton. Forced out to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep back over the middle. And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a 3rd time. Trey Flowers picks it. And he'll get this back across the midfield, striping down to the 47-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
And he's going to lose a yard or 2, taken down behind the line. Brian Burns able to collapse the pocket, get to him, and drop him for a loss of a yard. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11.
Good job right there. Good job right there.
Watch it. Watch it. Watch out. Watch out. Watch out. Watch out. Undercrush. Undercrush.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. They get 17 on that one. Move the chains. 1st down, Seahawks.
That's good for a Seahawks. First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Tighten up. Tighten up. Tighten up. Safe.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And some space here. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Corey Grant saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Now Myers for the extra point. PAT would extend their lead, but there is a flag on the play. Of course, they have the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. He'll have a 1st down past the 40. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. Touchdown, Carolina. Miles Sanders, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Panthers are able to cut into this lead. Well, look, this is a team, Charles, they faced adversity all year long. They had to fight and claw to win that division, but they're putting it all together here in the wild card game.
Feels like a statement, doesn't it? An absolute statement game, a message to the top seeds. Overlook us at your own peril. We're pretty darn good.
Now Newton will bring the Panthers up to go for 2.
Come on, QB, come on.
And he'll find his way in for 2. And we're back to a 2-score game. The lead's cut to 16. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
The Seahawks take over first and 10.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
You know, we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? Where everything is working for them.
It's a foot race. He's at the 30, 10, 5, and he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Corey Grant, 76 yards. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Myers connects on the PAT, and that pushes the lead up to 23. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
Right back to Sanders on first down. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. One quarter remains in this NFC Wildcard matchup. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. On second down, Snell, and that play went nowhere. Losing yardage, it'll be back at the 36. A second down play results in a loss of 2 yards. The Panthers on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. On third down, they turn to Sanders, and he can only get this to the 42-yard line, and that is not near enough. They'll get 6 there on the run, but it brings up 4th down.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
The critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing, so they'll go for it on 4th down.
20. Great. 8.
The Panthers going for it on 4th. Newton. He finds Beckham complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 11 yards and a Panther first down. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked in the distance.
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Miles Sanders saving his best for the playoffs with his third touchdown of the game. And the Panthers, they're able to draw a bit closer. Here's Newton. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. On 2nd and 9, Wilson rolling to his left. Now he'll throw deep left into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it, and they will take over at the 26-yard line. That had disaster written all over it. You've got a right-handed quarterback rolling left and throwing it pretty far downfield.
It's really difficult to do, to try and get your body twisted around into the proper position and get anything on the ball as you heave it downfield. And that's what it actually turns into, a heave. And that's not really a good throw, is it?
Not good, and we saw the result. He'll rifle this one deep, and his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Josh Jones. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Now, that turnover might just about do it. Here, 4th quarter, the lead that you've got, they can just run the football, run the clock.
Exactly right. They played smart, couple of first downs, and this one should just about be over.
And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
14.
They'll try the left side. Grant. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
And the Seahawks on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And that will be incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him. Find him. Find him.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline.
Get ready. At their own 16-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. It was Jaron Reed who got him down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Newton, now a desperation throw. And that's caught inside the 35. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Odell Beckham, 82 yards. And the Panthers are able to cut into this lead.
You got to understand situational football because they're playing with the lead here late in the ball game. So the back defender has got to be as deep as the deepest receiver. Keep everything in front of you, rally up and make the play.
Yeah, you would think they had the 3-score lead. Now it's down to 2, but 3-score lead here late, that they wouldn't give up a big pass play like that, but they did.
At their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. They go back to Grant. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as it comes with exactly a minute to go in the football game. On 3rd down, it's Grant. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. Checking in on Houston, it's in the 4th quarter there. It's the Texans firmly in control of that one. They've scored again. Another victory perhaps in the cards. They're looking as good as anybody as the playoffs draw near. Now Newton. That'll be caught by his tight end, Ian Thomas. That one goes for 30 yards. The offense just continues to reign supreme. Big plays, both sides, back and forth. Tough to keep track of.
It certainly is, and I'm over here just marveling at what I'm seeing. It's tough for you, though. You got to call all these big plays and have all this emotion each time they go at each other.
He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Got to be wary of throwing an interception here because the defense knows they're going to get tested deep. That's why they're going to put a couple of extra guys back there to try and prevent that.
Yeah, late in the 4th quarter here, trying to preserve the lead. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 20. The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the Panthers' 30-yard line. Today's final score.
And I know it's hard to find solace on one side when the season ends no matter where.